Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do air layering a pear tree. And so this is a European pear tree rootstock. And on top are multi-grafted varieties, Korean Giant, Shinko, Shinseki, 20th Century, and Hosui, Jojiro also. And every year we have these little offshoots here that would grow from the base. And so instead of just cutting these away, I decided that I will air layer them and have new trees, because the European pear is a very strong rootstock because they're very hardy, and it's a great base to graft other varieties on. And grafting is really easy. I've done so many videos on that, so you should check it out. So anyway, here is the result of what I did last season. So this branch here was originally here, see? So I did an air layer, and now it becomes its own tree, and then I grafted on Korean Giant on top of it. And so it's been going for a year and a half now and growing really well. So I will be doing more grafts on that. But anyway, today we are going to air layer these two right here. I'm gonna wait for that to grow a little bit more, maybe 3. And it's a very simple process to do. So the first thing you need to do is mix your soil. So these are just garden soil, and then I put peat moss in there because peat moss can retain water really well. Another thing you will need is a Ziploc bag, and a good size one, and then some garden tool to cut the branch to remove the skin layer. And that's pretty much it. So we'll put that there. And so let me show you how to prepare the branch. Just remove anything that's around it. And so I'm gonna air layer probably from here. Same with this. So you are going to remove the outer layer of the skin of this part here. So you can bend it like this, and then just cut it like that. Okay, you don't want to cut into the branch, just the outer skin layer, and then do around like an inch or an inch and a half. Okay, and then just cut it down like this. And then we're going to remove the outer layer. Okay, so it's going to look like that. And now we are going to scar it a little bit. And there you have it. So that one's done. So we'll do the next one off. Okay, so now we're going to get our soil and put it into the Ziploc bag. Okay, you just want to put it enough so that you can close it like this without any problem. But before we do that, I need to moisten the soil here. Okay, so this is one bag, so we're ready. I'm going to show you how to put it onto the branch. And what we need to do is cut a little hole right here. Okay, so you also need some ropes, or you can use tape if you want to, because you're gonna have to leave the bag here and just tie it. Okay, is it? So you want to wrap the soil around that part, like that. And there you have it. So that's pretty much it. So now we are going to wait a few months, and then we'll come back and check to see if there are roots. Okay, so just wanted to show you one more thing that I forgot. And so in the summertime, when it gets really hot, eventually you may have to add a little bit of water. So you can add water right through there, and it'll go into here. And I snipped a little small hole right here, just so that the excess water can escape. But yeah, I placed it on a rock because it keeps sliding down. But yeah, that's where it's gonna be, and we'll wait for a few months because it could take that long. All right, guys, it has been, I think, 8 to 9 months now, and I kind of abandoned the project because during the summertime it was so hot, and I think the soil kept getting dry, and so I wanted to wait till the end of the year and start over. So right now it's pretty cold, so the trees are in dormant, and I decided I was going to start over. But then when I took the containers or the wrappings off, there are actually roots in there. So today we are going to cut these roots off. I mean, not the roots, but these branches off, and we're going to plant it. So it became successful without me even knowing. So let me show you. So here is the ones that I just took off, and I kind of accidentally ripped some of the roots off. And right there, guys, look at this. See, these are roots right here. So I'm going to cut this branch off, and then we're going to plant it. The other one here, I ripped all of the roots off as well, because I didn't think there's anything in there. And so I'm gonna start that one over. And then there's another one here that I did. Let me show you that one. So this one is a little different because I did it inside a soup container. And as you can see, look at how flimsy this is now, because it's been 8 to 9 months of being in here. And so when I took this off, there are actually roots. You see this here? Look at that. Good roots in there. And so I'm going to, yeah, look at that. There's all these roots in here from the pears. You see that? Okay, so I'm gonna cut this off, and then I'm gonna plant it into a bucket. That way it can, the trees can get some more roots. And then once it is established, we're gonna graft other stuff onto it. All right, guys, look at all of these roots that are here already. You see? So this one actually had a lot of roots. I didn't realize it. I could have cut it off much earlier than this. But regardless, it's still a successful air layer. And here, this one here, I already grafted something else onto here. And I actually don't know what this variety is because I planted it from seed. And so the top could be completely something else, but I'm gonna graft additionally something else onto here so that we can get multiple varieties. So let's go ahead and cut these off. here we go. It even sprouted a new shoot right here. But you see all of these roots here? Look at that. That's a pretty good sign, and that is a successful air layering. So then I have a few more branches that sprouted out, so I'm gonna do that as well. That way I can get some more of these trees for my property. Okay, so we are going to plant this now, and so here's my container, and I have some soil in there already, and so we're gonna put more soil in there. Okay, I have completed planting 2 trees from the air laying process, and man, they are looking good. So I can't wait until springtime once these guys grow new leaves, and then I can graft on other varieties onto this. For this one here, the branches were a little tall, so I cut off the top right here. I want more energy to focus back to the roots so that it can grow a nice system down there before it starts to grow the new branches. And because I'm going to graft these anyway, so that's no problem for cutting those off. So here is the branches that we cut. This is from the soup container, and then there's one here from the little baggie. And look at all these branches that I can do more air laying with right here. This is a good one here, and also this is a good one. This one could grow a little bit more, so I will be doing that next so that it can grow the same time as this one here. And then in a few months I will get more trees. And so if you want to add more trees to your collections, then you can always do the air laying process of the new shoots, which is the side shoots that come out of the ground, or you can actually just air layer from the branches that are on the tree, which I will do pretty soon because there's a few branches that I need cut off. And since I don't want to just trash it, I can just air layer and get more trees. So there, guys, 2 trees from somewhat of a minimal effort. I thought I was going to toss it out, but then it ended up working. I actually didn't pay too much attention to it. Okay, it has been 3 months since we potted up the air layer tree, and here's one of them. I actually cut this one back because it was getting kind of like too crowded, so I decided I wanted a little shorter tree with branches towards the bottom right here. So I cut this area off. You see there's a big shoot. It used to go right here, and so that one's gone, but these are new growth right here. These are growth of the original European pear, and so those I'm gonna eventually graft onto. So that one's looking good right there. This is the original one that I did a long time ago, and here's a graft that I did, and it's a success. You see, so this is a graft, and then I'm adding on new grafts right there, and I'm adding on new grafts right here. So that's the very first one that I did. So let me show you a few more. This is one I cut off recently, and you see, and here's growth right here. I attempted to graft, but this graft failed, but that's okay. I'll do it again later. And so here's new growth right here, so that one's looking good. And here is the best looking one. This one actually I didn't mess with too much. All I did was cut the side branch a little and graft Korean giant on top right here. The graft is a success. It tried to fruit, but it didn't work, but that's okay. I just want it to grow anyway. So there it is here. So you see, here's the original graft that I made on the tree itself before I cut it off, and then I cut it off and planted it, and now I grafted on that. And so that tree is looking great over there. And now back to the original tree with a bunch of offshoots again. You see, so I get offshoots all the time. You see, every season I get some. So I'm attempting to do more right here. So that's one right there, that's one on the other side, this one right here, and 2 more over there. So I get more trees every season. Man, this is almost like endless. And so one question I want to answer is people often make comments like, well, you know what, if the tree grow from the ground, it should have roots already. and you can just dig it up without doing this process. That is false. The tree actually grow out of the roots of the original tree. So if you dig down there, for one, you potentially could damage the roots of the parent tree, and two, if you just pull it up, it does not have roots because it's growing out of the roots. So that doesn't work that way. So that's the reason why I have to do air layering to get the roots to grow and then cut it off. So I hope that answers your question. But anyway, this is a great way to get more trees every season, and strong rootstock that you know for sure can manage or handle all the different grafts that you put onto it.